You ever just wake up in the morning knowing that something absolutely terrible has happened? Well, I really wish I would have listened to that feeling this morning because I could have maybe gone another 2, 10, 20 minutes of not knowing this very, very awful news. And if you're looking at the ground right now, then you're probably already knowing that I'm not feeling pretty good because of this news, because unfortunately the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh, Kazuki Takahashi, has passed away at age 60, and the details surrounding his death are absolutely tragic, to say the least. If you're like me, you probably woke up to seeing this tweet today, but it's just one of those things to where when you see someone dying at the age 60, you automatically assume that it was because of some kind of medical issue, because of some kind of just overall problem that couldn't have been helped. Like, you want to hope that they died somewhat, I guess, naturally. Like, there's really no way to suggest how you want to die except going peacefully in your sleep. But when you look a little bit deeper into this, it's very, very sad to see that according to the Coast Guard that discovered the body, there were damages to his body that looked like they were caused by some sort of marine animal. So it's very, very likely that what happened here is he went out snorkeling, and then there was a very high chance that he was attacked by some kind of wildlife. It's very, very sad to say that he went by himself, had rented a car, had gone out to the location, and apparently was just, I guess, enjoying the marine life, and then suddenly just something terrible happened. And of all things to wake up to this morning, I just can't believe that something this ridiculously specific just happened to someone that has been such a huge influence to probably not just my life, but to your guys' life as well. And, well, I mean, the writing is literally all over the wall for me. I literally have Yu-Gi-Oh cards in front of me right now. I've got the God cards, Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, as well as a Ghost Rare Red Eyes, literally sitting on my desk, on my computer table, which is featured several times in a lot of my videos. I literally have this binder that I took this thing to grade school back in the day, dude. Like, you can literally see how beat up this thing is and how, like, I mean, it's I would say it's in kind of good condition, in all honesty. But the thing is used. I used to carry this thing in, like, a little knapsack, and, like, back when I carried, like, cards in my freaking pocket and whatnot. But literally, Yu-Gi-Oh was, like, one of the very first major, I guess, brands is the best way that I can put it, that I actually stuck to. I have been collecting Yu-Gi-Oh cards since I was 7. I don't really play the game competitively, but, like, when I tried, I was really, really into it for a second, to the point where I went to tournaments when I was, like, I think 13 years old. Like, granted, I didn't do very well in them. I lost to 33-year-olds that played Elemental Heroes in their deck. But something that I'll do to kind of honor the memory of such a great creator is kind of talk about the reasons why I was so into Yu-Gi-Oh at the time. Because it's actually kind of funny. When I was a kid, I was very, very tempted a lot to start playing Magic the Gathering, because one of my dad's friends actually owned a card shop. And I, like an idiot, I don't know if this is because of ADHD or just because I'm just a one-track mind kind of person, but, like, I did not want to learn Magic. All I wanted to do was play Yu-Gi-Oh! And if I'm gonna be honest, it's because of the art. The art on the cards really, really sunk me when I was a kid. And then when I found out that they weren't just pictures, they were, like, actually, like, they had these abilities. And, like, keep in mind, I was 7 when I started playing this game. But, like, when I found out that they had abilities and they had, like, these really cool ways of being able to interact with each other, all it did was really make me fall in love with the game even more. Because as a kid, I was somewhat decent at math. Like, I'm not saying that I was freaking, like, Matt Damon in Good Will Hunting or anything. But I would say that I was pretty good at addition at a very young age, so the concept of being able to deduct 3,000 from 8,000 was not really that complicated of a task for me, because I know that a lot of kids struggled with math. But regardless, like, Yu-Gi-Oh was just one of those games to where the more that I learned about it, the more that I fell in love with it. And not to mention that the Yu-Gi-Oh anime was one of the most, like, affluential parts of my childhood, because of the fact that it was the first anime that I had really watched. Like, I believe I had watched Yu-Gi-Oh before I had watched Pokemon, but those were the two big ones for me when I was a kid. That's just a typical 90s thing, was, were you a Yu-Gi-Oh kid or were you a Pokemon guy? And I was a Yu-Gi-Oh kid. I like I said, I've been collecting the cards since I was 7, and I've been watching the show for so long to the point where it's just literally one of my favorite shows and one of the things that has gotten me into this path of content creation and playing Hearthstone somewhat competitively. And it's just really hard not to feel like I just lost something this morning, like I almost lost a loved one, and just like I don't know if anyone else is kind of feeling that right now, but this is like the only way that I really know in order to honor this loved one. But hopefully in the next couple of days or probably weeks, we'll have like an autopsy report in order to figure out what really happened to one of the greatest creators of all time. But it's just really tragic to say that one of the greatest creators is unfortunately no longer with us. And well, I'm just gonna say that every single time that I look at this Blue Eyes White Dragon, I will definitely know that it was made by a great individual. 決して忘れないよ、君のこと。